Well, here's something you don't see in the shed every day. The wife. Just talk us through what you're doing, please, Jill.
Well, I'm just putting this stencil on. I've painted the board like a grey, pale blue as a backdrop for the sky, and I'm just going to put a stencil.
What did you use to paint that?
With a roller.
Thank you, dear.
And I'm just going to put this stencil on so that we can spray paint some mountains, just as a kind of backdrop for the distant stuff.
Yep.
So it's just a case of putting it on and making it look like it would. I'm just spray painting the top of these mountains. We want to feather it in so that it looks kind of like misty on the bottom. So I'm just going away from the stencil there, so hopefully I'll get the depth of colour at the top and it's softened a bit lower down.
Softened a bit lower down. I like the sound of that. Go on, what is it?
So we've got a bit of surface primer that we're using on the on the stencil.
And it's made by Rust-Oleum, which is an American company, but they've actually got a manufacturing base here in the UK. So American viewers will actually know what that is, won't they, love?
Maybe.
Quick drying surface primer. Right. Moment of truth. Oh. Crushed insect.
Yeah.
What scale's that in?
Okay.
Well, that's given it quite a nice edge, and you've got that nice faded up, standing up, looking at upside down mountains here. You've got that nice faded edge on the bottom there. That's feathered out quite nicely.
Yeah, it looks very distant, doesn't it?
Okay. So we need foreground hills and clouds.
So I've just used some of the matte white here in a cloud stencil.
Cloud stencil, and I noticed with cloud stencils you've torn them rather than cut them. You cut the mountains, but the cloud stencils you've actually ripped the hole out.
Yeah, it's a nicer edge, isn't it?
Softer edge, might put more natural look. Let's see how they turned out.
Quite faint.
Yeah, well we want.
But we can always enhance that with some chalk.
Get round and have a look at this correctly on the right side. Yep, that looks all right, doesn't it? See that in relation to the mountain?
Yeah.
I wandered lonely as a cloud. Right.
So we've got the foreground hills here.
Yep.
With a new template in front of the other ones, which are behind all the templates and the boards and stuff.
Okay.
So we'll just have to see how that looks. They look good.
Yeah. We just used a little hint of brown on those foreground ones as well. I don't know how that looks. We might have to touch it up with some chalks, but yeah, you certainly get that impression of a couple of lines of hills there, don't you, with the clouds. What's happening, love?
Well, we've just got some chalks here that we've
powdered up.
Powdered up, yeah.
Yep.
And I'm going to just give them a little test.
Okay.
On here, and it seems as though cotton bud will work.
And what are you going to use the chalks for?
I'm just going to put a bit of shading on the clouds because they don't show up very well. Should we do this one first?
Yep, fair enough. That's the one I'm focused on, so that would be helpful. Yeah, you don't. I suppose it's best to start light and then. So you've wiped most of the chalk off now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll just give it a bit of definition on the bottom edge of the cloud so that it looks as though there's some shape to it.
Okay.
Doesn't take much really to start it.
No, that's right.
To make it look like it's standing out.
You know, when you come back, it looks quite good when you come back. Just sort of giving it a bit of definition. Yeah.
I think so. It always looks better when it's up on the wall, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It is only a backdrop at the end of the day.
Well, this is it. I mean, you don't want it to be look like a work of art, so it ends up people look at that rather than the trains. People should be looking at the trains, shouldn't they, love?